Welcome. It's a pleasure to be with you again today, especially in an environment with so much good news, with so many positive things happening to the company. In fact, this has been probably the most thrilling and most rewarding 90 days of my business career. And what we want to do today is share that with you. Share with you what we've done, what we've accomplished, and where we're going.
And he said, well, I guess, until you make your first mistake. Now, it was in this period of my career that taught me how to avoid making mistakes when working for a highly demanding, mercurial chief executive. I didn't realize at the time just how valuable that would be.
Well, I want to say it was the best ever quarter in North America, and congratulations, team. Phenomenal job. You know, if we look across all of North America, we had terrific performance across the board. It was kind of interesting as I was listening to the phone mails and the flurry of phone mails coming in the last 2 weeks. And Terry, you'll appreciate this because of your love of music. It was sort of like listening to Ravel's Bolero, building over and over again, the same tune, another 6-0 win, another 6-0 win, to a phenomenal crescendo at the end where we had this flurry of all instruments playing the same tune and a lot of wins coming in all at the same time.
Let me tell you what happened in Latin America. We have had the best direct sales quarter ever. 2 shining stars in Q4, Chile and Colombia. And let me give you some numbers. We have grew in Q4 of 96 almost 50% against fourth quarter of 1995. And another astonishing number that is a continuation of what Paul was saying before. We have achieved 16 new accounts.
Well, we've turned the corner. It's been a very, very long road. Sometimes we found our shoes were wearing out, but we carried on. We've now got live referenceable sites in Europe, and I was pleased to see this morning that marketing has just produced the first press releases of our live sites in Europe. Marketing, thank you very much for that. We had the best cash collection, as you've already heard, ever in the history. We did over $50 million in collections. Now, I'd like to say that it was me and the salesman that did it all, but actually I have to thank Joe Scadra and his finance and admin team who put together some really helpful plans and gave us all the information. And in a lot of cases, we had Joe's guys actually going out to customers and getting the checks from them and putting them in the bank. Joe, thank you very much for all your help. It was much appreciated.
I have to tell you that we've had a superb quarter. And it hasn't been only in the sales area. The people in the F&A group collected more cash than sales, and we had a record quarter. They collected 15% more than we sold in the quarter, so they've done a fantastic job. And again, with the help of many people around the world, I say thanks.
First of all, if we look briefly at the timeline for the products, we have 6002 that was finished coating on time and at the end of October, and is now in the process of being mass duplicated for mass shipment purposes. And I will cover warehouse management and RMS in a little more detail shortly, but let's look ahead a little bit to release 6003. And I want to point out here that the performance enhancements continue in 6003.
Let's talk about global marketing and what it means to SSA and my new assignment, which I'm very excited to be involved in because I think it's unquestionably the most exciting time for SSA in its history. And I'm glad to be on this team because global marketing is oftentimes misunderstood within SSA. So my first assignment was really to, to understand what was there. I wanted to look at the organization and talk to the executives, talk to the sales force, talk to the business development managers, and get a grip as to what we had in place.
The last 9 months have been a very challenging time, not just for the people who work for me, but I think for many people in the field. But I want to just comment that the last trip when I was in Europe was, I think, showed the ability of SSA to pull together, and was actually probably the most rewarding trip in my career as a consultant. On this trip, I made visits to 3 of probably the more difficult situations we'd had.
Never, 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 never give up. See you in 90 days.